I just want to curl up in my favorite chair and eat a delicious, complete, nutritious meal just in a bowl. Well, this is it. I am making my beef barley bowl. I've got very small pieces of beef. This is chuck roast. You can use sirloin tip. Any tough meat will do because this will simmer for a little bit. And I'm adding to this 1 tablespoon of Montreal steak spice, 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and 2 teaspoons of rosemary. And it's going to seem like a lot, but all these spices will be simmered along with vegetables and broth and eventually the barley. So I'm going to heat up my oil. I've got about 2 tablespoons of oil in there. I just want to make sure the bottom of my frying pan is covered. So I want to get that nice and hot before I put the meat in, because you want to brown this meat before you put anything else in. So I'll get that going. So my oil is heated, and I'm going to dump in my little bite-sized beef cubes that have been seasoned with all that yummy spices. So I'll just lay this into the frying pan. And I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to stir it or nothing because I want it to start getting brown. And then in about 2 minutes, I will flip them over and brown all the sides. So this has been browned. I'm not thoroughly cooking it. I just want to get the beef browned a bit. So now I will add my vegetables. I have got here all chopped up already into 3 small slices, but the carrots I've left about that size, bite-sized pieces. So I'll add all that in. I've got 1 large onion diced. I've got 2 celery stalks diced. I've got green peppers and 1 large tomato and 1 large thick carrot. And I'm just going to saute this in with the beef for about 5 minutes. So this has been sauteing for about 5 minutes, and I've been stirring it occasionally. So now I will add my beef bouillon cube. I use bouillon cubes a lot instead of buying those like juice box-like containers of broth, because sometimes I don't need that whole container, and it'll be a while when I'll use broth again, and then it just goes bad in my fridge. So I've broken up that bouillon cube, and I'm just going to mix it in. Let the heat start softening it so it will dissolve when I add the water. So I'm just going to move all this vegetable to the side in my pan here, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'm going to put it right on the bottom of the pan so it can get toasted. Toasting it brings out that tomato. I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon. Make it an even 3 tablespoons, maybe more, it doesn't matter. So, got that in. And there's a lot left. I just opened this can. I'm just going to cover it with plastic wrap and elastic around it and put it in the freezer, and it'll be ready for next time. I just have to thaw it out of the freezer before I need to use it. Otherwise, I'm hacking away with it with a knife, and I'm having little chunks of tomato ice flying all over the place. So I'll let that toast for about a minute. And then I will add the liquid. I'm going to add just enough water to half simmers this? Let's see. I've got 2 cups of water in this pitcher. I'm going to start turning the heat up. I've been sauteing this over medium heat. So let's just take a look. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit of water. Yeah. So we're going to get this to a boil. And when this does get to a boil, I'm going to put a lid on it. So this is now boiling away. I will take my lid and cover it and reduce the heat until it's simmering and not a rolling boil. And if you noticed, I didn't put the barley in yet. Oops, before I do that, I forgot the parsley. I've got about 1 teaspoon of dried parsley flakes. You can use fresh parsley if you have that on hand. So that's simmering, and I'll see you in 45 minutes. So this has been simmering for 45 minutes, and I'm going to now add my barley. Now I'm using pot barley here. I like pot barley. I like both barley, but I prefer pot barley. The only difference is pot barley is smaller and chewier in texture than pearl barley. So I'm rinsing this. Got about a cup of pot barley. I'm just going to rinse before I throw it in there. Give it a good rinse until you see the water come through clear. Okay, and then I'll add this to the pot. So, make sure it's all there. Yes, it is. And I will stir this in. Now this has to simmer for about 45 minutes. So just mix that all in. Make sure that you have enough liquid here to cover the barley. That way the barley will get cooked, every single grain of it. So bring this to a boil again. And then when it does come to a boil, you put your lid back on and simmer for 45 minutes. Check this at the 30-minute mark and give it a stir, especially if you're using pearl barley instead of pot barley, because pearl barley cooks quicker. So this is now done. I'm going to serve my dinner in this nice big bowl. And if you have little kids that are picky veggie eaters, most of the vegetables in this have dissolved, so I mean they might pull away those carrot chunks, but there you have it. All done. Nice beef barley bowl. Now, where's that favorite chair of mine? Bye for now.